Alright, where's my thing at? Alright, so it looks like it's recording, so let's get started. So here's my submission for computer assignment 1 for engineering analysis, and what we have here is a delta to Y network converter. So the use case for this application is that a user has a three-phase system with an impedance that's either a Y or a delta configuration, and they want to convert it to the other type of configuration for finding, line-to-line voltage or, phase voltage or something like that. And our interface, we have a option to choose either a delta or Y. So if it's a delta network, it will be converted to Y and vice versa. We have input boxes for Z1, Z2, and Z3. And we can put something in there like 4 plus 3J, 15 plus 2J, and 3 plus 4J. And if the user hits the convert button, then it will show us the delta to Y conversion. If we select the Y to delta and try again, then we can see the Y to delta conversion. Now if the user would like to try again for another repetition, they can hit the try again box and it will reset the inputs to their default state. We also have an option for a balanced load where Z1, Z2, and Z3 are equal, and the user only needs to input one of them. Hit convert. It will show us that Y1 equals Y2 equals Y3. But if it's not a balanced load and we try to do this, then the user will get an error. It will say you need to fill out all the text boxes. Now also, if we put in something that is not a complex input or a whole number input and hit convert, then we should see an error. It's the same error because it's, these are empty. And we see that we need to use a valid format. Now let's take a look at the documentation. So here's the GitHub repo where this is hosted. We have a README that explains delta to Y conversion in general, and we have our conversion formulas that are used inside of this app. And here's a little explanation about how this app works and the image. So if we look at our script file, this is a Python function. We're given the network type, the impedances, and whether or not it's a balanced load as input. This code here will just strip the white space, if there is any, convert it to a complex format. If it's a balanced load where the impedances are all equal, we know that for a delta to Y conversion, the Y value will be equal to 1/3 of the delta value. And the complementary case where it's a balanced Y network and we want to convert to delta, it will be 3 times the Y value. Otherwise, if it's not a balanced network and we want to convert to Y, then we have these functions here, which are the same as we saw on the previous page. And if it's a Y to delta, then we have those outputs. The user interface is written as an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript file. So here's some of the setup. This is just boilerplate code. Here we can choose the network type. These are our text inputs, our balanced load checkbox, and our buttons. And here's the script which actually makes the user interface work. The code for converting is written as Python, but since this is hosted live on GitHub Pages, so you can run it without having to download anything, GitHub Pages does not support a live Python backend. It supports static pages, which use JavaScript. So what we're doing here is we are taking the input from the text boxes and the buttons and feeding them to our Python function, and GitHub Pages is okay with that. Also, we can save a little bit of time here by handling some of the inputs in JavaScript. So if there's no input, it won't output anything, it'll output an error. And here is our reset button down here. If the user wants to try again, they can click that and it will reset everything. Now if you want to run this, you can go to this link, which I will post in the description. My opinion of this project, I think it was kind of fun, a little easy, and it's probably something that is good knowledge to use in other areas going forward.